3-1 on that. You know, and it's guys like him that you know, you have your offensive players, you have guys that are going to score goals and the goalies that make big saves, but there's also another core fabric to your team that are huge in series. They play major factors that if you don't recognize them and accept them, sometimes you lose out on those guys. And Bobby's a guy that he does all kinds of little things that add up to a win.
The last guy I want to ask you about is when we were talking about guys coming back from Pittsburgh, I think we focused a lot on the defenseman, but could you talk about Scott Wilson's impact? I mean, it seems like he adds another really skilled shooter for you, which is dangerous, especially on the power play.
Yeah, you know, I think his element on the power play is pretty special. He can shoot the puck and he finds a way to get it in. And you know, the other thing with Willie is that he's a little bit of a heavy player, where when the physicality picks up, he can hit. He can affect the team with some physicality, and I thought that's what he brought in. Was you add a player like that and his goal scoring ability, it's a good mix, particularly again when you're going into a playoff series.
Yeah, notice that when you see him finish a check, there's a rattle to it.
Yeah, he can hit through guys.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
How do you think the guys who came back from Pittsburgh, how do you think they did in Game 3? They came back in a 2-0 situation, potential clincher game, which you got. How do you think they played coming back?
We thought they did a nice job. One of the big things we had talked to them about was just getting invested in the series. And although we were ahead 2-0 and the score seemed a little bit lopsided, it was a little bit closer. They were kind of two very difficult games for us, Game 1 and Game 2. So it was about little things, and I think those guys did a nice job of coming in, not expecting too much, but earning their ice time, but also I think really showing their teammates that they're willing to block shots and touch pucks first, and all the little things that go into winning a very difficult game.
How do you think Matt Murray, this is the first time he's ever been in the playoffs here at the AHL level, how do you think he's responded to the bright lights of this situation?
He's done a good job. I think there's been no tail off from the regular season, just in his demeanor and how he's played, which has been good to see. So it's just a continuation of a lot of the habits and things we've done all year long, whether that's individual players or a team. And for Matt, he's been very solid, and he's been the same guy every day, and that's why he's been able to be pretty strong in the games too. Whether it's practice or games, he's been the same every day.
Are there key things you could look on to? You outscored Syracuse 14-3 in that series. Are there key things you could take from that, how well you played, and moving on to the next round, or is it just a blank slate?
Yeah, no, I think you know what you want to do is you want to be able to take the lessons from the series, good and bad, and you want to be able to have those. You want to become a stronger team by the time we play the next round. So you want to take the lessons from the series, but you don't want to we don't want to be satisfied, and we don't want to continue with all the good feelings of winning a series. That series is now done, so now you want to analyze it unemotionally, take the lessons from it, talk about them, instill them over the next few days here, and make sure that we got to be a better team this round than we were at the end of the last round.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask you about is your team's always been known for a very solid defense. You scored tons of goals in that first round. What sort of thing is that advantage-wise for your team if you can continue that way, not scoring maybe 14 goals in a series, but to add some goal scoring along with the solid defense?
Well, it's nice. I think it gives you a little bit of breathing room sometimes in games, but I mean, we feel we have with this particular group that we have the ability to score. So our game doesn't change. I think when you play very solid when you don't have the puck, it gives you more opportunities to be able to get in good offensive situations, and that's what we've preached all year long. I think the guys have done a nice job of it, and it's nice that we've scored, but you know, you can win with defense, but when you have the puck, you got to be able to make plays and produce offense, and it was nice that we were able to do that.
And then the final guy is Oscar Sundqvist. Is there a chance he can get in at some point in the playoffs? What's his status?
Yeah, he's just like any other guy. He's available to play, and if we think he's going to give us the best chance to win a game and give him some experience here, then we'll do that. But yeah, Oscar's here. He's on our team, part of our team, and he'll be in the mix to play.
Thank you.